So from Sacramento in Northern California, it's Blaze Grubs. Very hot talent there out of Balacqua because parents Steve and Nikki are on site. They're sponsoring the caffeine, of course, for the commentary team, which is, of course, their Dutch Bros product. So commentary team needs quite a bit of caffeine to get you. I see you yawning at the moment, Jared, so you probably need another shot of Dutch Bros caffeine. And yeah, out of they own Lake 3 at Balacqua. Anyone who's ever been to Balacqua knows a very good ski site. Of course, 3 lakes there. A lot of good skiers have been produced out of Balacqua over the years. And Blaze Grubs is no exception. He's currently ranked, I think he's second in the world in under 17 jump. He's ranked in the top 4 in under 17 overall. So he's a very good under 17 jumper, because he is skiing against a couple of under 18 jumpers here though, in Tobias Georges and Will Gibson. So it's a little bit different age bracket here at Junior Moomba. You get an extra year. So
here we go. Jump number 1 for Blaze Grubbs of the USA, the 16-year-old from California. He's going to turn now, make his way towards the jump. This is a late approach here on jump number 1. He's got off the top. Look at that.
Beautiful jump.
Wow.
Oh, that's sensational.
Is it 50 though?
That's real close to 50. It might not quite be there. It's a shade under, I think, but that is a really nice jump. This guy's a talent. Remember, it's winter in California at the moment. It'll be a little bit chilly up there in Northern California. He's been training through the winter. He's come straight down here to the Yarra. No famil, no practice. He's gone out there on jump 1, and he's jumped 49.4 metres. Sensational stuff from Blaze Grubs.
162 feet for those of you listening on back at home and supporting Blaze Grubs. 49.4. That's a perfect way to open up the campaign, isn't it? Jump 1 of 2, sorry, and absolutely put a cracker out there.
You and Rob Wing too. You can have a slalom set, mate.
How about all 3 of us go over at once?
Would there be room with me on there?
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, Blaze Grub. This looks even later to me. He's got plenty of speed. If he can kick this one, and he does. Oh, this should be big, and it is. That'll be 50, I think. I think that's a little bit further. Jared's doubting me, but I think that's going to be just over 50 metres.
I think a 49.9.
Oh, it could be, but that looked close to a metre further for my money. Still getting her eye in.
Didn't look quite as settled though, did he, through the wakes?
No, he cut. I think he was a little later there. He had a good crack, but good on him. That's a decent jump there from Blaze Grubs under the pressure of 2 jumps. 50.3. Well, geez, it's only downhill from now for me. I'm guessing jump distances, I'm sure, but that's good jumping from Blaze Grubs. You want to put your hands together, folks. That really is talent. To go out there, out of a Northern Californian winter with no famil here, only 2 jumps, and to smack off over 50.3. His personal best, I believe, is only around, well, I want to say only, his personal best is only about a metre.
51.8, yeah.
Yeah, a metre and a half further, so that's talent. Within a metre and a half of his personal best.
In 3rd place from Australia, Ryan Shaka. In 2nd place from Argentina, Tobias Georges. And your 2020 Junior Boys Jump Champion with a score of 50.3 metres or 165 feet from the USA, Blaze Grubs.
Personal best, I believe, on the 10.75, so magnificent athlete is Blaze Grubs. His parents, of course, Steve and Nikki here on site. They've live and ski at Balacqua. They're in Rio Linda, California, which is on the outskirts of Sacramento. The 14.25 from Blaze Grubs. There's nothing wrong with that. Probably a little bit later than he would ski it at home on his home site, but it is the Yarra River. And he completes that 14-metre pass.
Yeah, so 30-metre line coming up for Blaze Grubs of the USA. Yeah, Blaze first year last year. We made such a good impression last year that he wanted to come back for 2020. How could you not, though? So if you are up watching, here we go. Blaze Grubs coming now on the 13, 32 off pass. Turns ball 3, looks nice. Edging across to 4. A little bit of rollers hitting across towards our drain on the far side, but doesn't upset him one bit. Moves his way through 5 and out through 6, Glenn, and looking good there, Blaze Grubbs. We got heads for radio, don't we, Glenn? We don't really have heads for TV.
There's no TV contracts calling on us, that's for sure. Okay, 12-metre line now for Blaze Grubbs from the Swan Street Bridge in. A little bit slow out at 1. He's going to have to get a big 2. He's got a good 2. He's doing okay here. Fighting hard as he gets a little bit down course. Round 4 he goes. Going to be late for 5, but he should get it. He's got 5. He'll pull all the way to 6. He's late, but I think he's got it. That is great skiing from Blaze Grubbs. 12-metre line goes down.
See the little fist pump as he got out through the gates. I think
he knew he was in a little bit of trouble, but he managed it well. And that's a good pass there. 35 off if you don't understand the metric system. So he will now shorten on to the 11.
As we go to the replay, just you see the acceleration. He turns ball 4 there. You watch the acceleration he got from 5 out, and the speed he got across course from 5 to 6. It was great there from Blaze Grubbs, and completes the 12. We're going to see another score on the 11.25. Can he knock off the Australian, the 14-year-old Lucas Cornell? Or will the USA take the lead in a slalom tournament there first? But here he comes on the 11.25 down the Melbourne City end. Turns 1, looks nice. We're going to have a new leader here. He turns 2. Now working hard into ball 3. Oh, that's going to be a tough call for the judges.
Good effort. I'm going to say he got 3. I thought he got 3 from here, but it's a judge's call.
I tell you what, Glenn, did he make it back to the wakes before that set of boat guides?
Oh, jeez. I actually couldn't see that from my vantage point.
I think at best he's going to get 2.5. It's definitely not going to be a 3.
Sounding like 2.5. I think I'm hearing the towers calling 2.5 on the 11.25 metre line. Good score, really good score.
Now we go to the boys slalom champions. In third place from Argentina, Tobias Georges. In second place from the USA, Blaze Grubbs.
And the boys' tricks here for 2020 Junior Moomba Masters.
I'll write down some more scores. Or do you want me to call the next person just so I'm doing so?
Blaze Grubbs out of the US of A.
All right, opens with his hand pass. Couple of flips, so he's opening with the big stuff. Flip with a back landing. That's a flip back landing reverse, a bit of a bobble. He became airborne, but he got it back together. That's a wake 5, then a wake 5 to the front, and a wake it's a wake 360. That's the reverse. Well, a bit of action there on one of those landing on his flip there, Glenn. I don't know if you saw it, but landed and the ski became airborne, but he recovered, and he's put together a great opening pass.
He looked like a cat on a hot tin roof, didn't he, there for a while? But
that's a good way of putting it.
But he's obviously got himself pumped up on Dutch Bros coffee this morning. He's full of beans, young Blaze Grubbs. I wish I was that light on my feet, mate. Yeah. I don't think I was that light on my feet.
Okay, so here he comes from the city end, just coming past the tower, rope on toe. He's already started. The toe surface turns at the moment. Toe 5. He tricked me there. There's the toe 5, toe O. Toe O wrapping back in. Toe awake 360. Is there a toe line in the mix? There is a toe line back. Stretches a bit on the rope there. Couple of slides to finish and stands it up for Blaze Grubbs. A good-looking second pass. Well, 2 full stand-up passes, Glenn. Will we see a new leader? Well, it could be a bit over the 5,000 mark.
I think so. I think so. I think it's fair to say that Blaze is absolutely on fire out there in the boys' tricks early on at the Moomba Masters. He was hot to trot right the way through both passes. So I think Blaze will be our new leader, and the cream is rising to the top as we get into our top 5 trickers.
Pam Beasley is going to make the presentations for our trick event. Thank you, Pam. In third place from the USA, Blaze Grubbs. In second place from Argentina, Tobias Georges. And the boys overall, it was a tight contest here as well. In third place from Korea, Sia Zhu. In second place from the USA, Blaze Grubbs. And the 2020 Junior Boys overall champion, winning the trick event from Argentina, Tobias Georges. All right, so here we go. Jump number 1 for Blaze Grubbs. Going to be coming under the Melbourne City skyline with dial up 51 k's. The boat speed, of course, 51 for Blaze, but normally for most of our other competitors it'll be 57 or even 54 k's. And most of these skiers will double that speed as they hit the base of our Moomba Masters jump ramp. So here we go. Blaze Grubbs needs 49.1 to put himself through to the 2-jump semi-final. It's a great setup here. Going to dig on that right ski to the base. Good kick off the top. That's what you want to see on an opener. Still not enough though, Glenn. Not enough.
No, I mean, it was the best jump we've seen. He had a good cut through the ramp, good lift, but he's just, obviously the boat is not going quite as fast as the other guys. So he's going to have to be so much better. He's going, he probably with the speed, he gives up 3 or 4 meters on the other guys. So he's going to have to be so much better. It's a nice build up. He'll have 2 more to come. I'm sure he gets better as the set goes on.
Nice headwind coming up here, Glenn. Of course, with the headwind, the air gets underneath the tips of those skis and keeps them floating through the air. And here we go. Jump number 2, Blaze Grubbs needs more than 49.1. Cameras out. Here we go. Jump number 2, angling to the base. Good kick off the top. It's a good float.
Close. That's close.
Ooh.
Gut feeling is it's not quite enough, but we're going to wait. It's very close. It's a nice jump.
So distance coming through. Oh, 48.5. Jump number 2.
No, still not enough.
Here we go, Glenn. Jump number 3.
Yeah, well, he needs to just get into this a little bit more. He's going to have to try and get wider and later here, and that wind is just holding him up, pulling him a bit narrow. I think this may be better. It's hard to tell from here. Oh, jeez. Obviously, he's fallen there on his turn for the ramp. Obviously, maybe was a little bit late, maybe, and just rushed the turn. I'm not sure, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, he's going to end up with that 48.5. Actually, the Grubb family, thanks to Nikki, has been keeping the commentary team wired with the wonderful Dutch Bros coffee. Iced coffee in the mornings. Ooh, breaks forward a little bit on 2, but he's not really in too much trouble here as he heads around 4 and across to 5, and that's a relatively simple pass. He looked a little bit kind of discombobulated there from time to time. On 2 he broke forward. He looked a bit funny out of 6, but he's always under control, I think, Rob.
I thought he was a fraction late out of 4, whether he's a little narrow, he just, but he's settling into it.
Yeah, we're probably being a bit picky here at the moment. At the end of the day, he's got 6 boys the scores in the book.
Yeah, I don't think we shouldn't be picky. The 13-metre line, that's a pretty good angle through the gates. Let's see if he can continue it through the course. That was a nice turn out of 2. Now he's just waiting for 3. Well, I think he's looking better on this. Oh, as the ski bubbles around boy 4 as I spoke. Well, I was going to say I thought he looked a little bit better at the 13 than he did at the 14, or more comfortable, but as soon as I started to even think it, the ski, whether it was a little undulation or a roller coming out of boy 4, but the ski kind of upped and down and jumped, and Blaze Grubbs heart in the mouth stuff, but then regained his composure and quickly got it back together and ran the 13-metre line.
Yeah, I think that we've had a change. It's from 7 to 7:30, the transit, Rob. Okay, so we're going to slalom through to 7.
Yeah, I just heard Jared yelling out the correction there in the distance.
Here's Blaze Grubbs now. This is 12-metre line. He started pretty well here, actually. Around 3 he goes. He's fighting hard. He'll be a little bit down course for 4. He's going to need a huge 5 ball here. He's around 5. How good is this kid? He's just run the 12-metre line. Sensational stuff from Blaze Grubbs, because he didn't look super flash into 4, but he managed to just keep his composure, snipped around 5 ball, around 6, out the exit gates, gives himself a shot now to semi-final at Moomba Masters if he can get 3 or more on the 11.25.
I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but if that was the situation. Rightio. The 11.25 for Blaze Grubbs. He's chasing the lead. He gets to 3. He won't get the lead, but he gets 3 boys on the 11.25 metre line.
Good score.
And a good score moves himself into second place. Oh, gee, he would have loved that extra boy or boy and a half.
He would have.
But
And
Ben Turp's still in the lead.
he would have, and maybe he hasn't got enough, but he's close enough that he's certainly going to have a lot of interest over the next day or so watching the top slalom and ski, because there has been plenty of times before where 3 on the 11 got you into the semi-final, of course, so we'll just have to wait and see. Out of Belacqua in Northern California, I'm sure it's, a Saturday afternoon there in California. He'll have a few fans and family watching him. Family-owned Lake 3 at that wonderful water skiing facility at Belacqua, which is on the outskirts of Sacramento. Rope on toe to start.
It's a toe 5 for Blaze. Toe back-to-back on the surface, and there's the reverse toe 5 to the front, I think. Toe 5 to the front, there it is. Two 360s now on the surface, rope on toe, toe wake 360. Toe line to the back, stretches a little, pumps to the front, couple of toe side slides at the end. Well, for this level, it's probably, I thought he was going to throw a toe line back to back at the end. He didn't. Fairly standard sort of a toe run for this level, so he must get a lot of points on that hand pass, as is, many times the case with these young guys. They're so physical and so athletic that the hand pass, they can really put together those difficult tricks, the flips and the ski lines. So interested to see Blaze Grubbs on his return run. 6,700 he scored in the first round, and he would dearly love to be in the top 8 in this men's trick semi-final.
Just back to our scoreboard for the ladies' tricks. We've now got the second pass in for Chantal Singer from Canada. It was 3,110, so that gives her a total of 7,170, and that guarantees her through to tomorrow's final. So Taylor Simmons, Chantal Singer are through to the Moomba Monday women's trick final.
Back on his hand pass. Eyes off the wake now, pops into the back position. He's probably going to open with a full twisting back-to-back mode, which he does. Back to front flip now. Plenty of flips as we imagine now. Here's the big points coming for Blaze Grubbs from California, USA. Flip with a back landing, and there's a reverse flip with a back landing. Now we're going to see basic wake tricks we do. There's a 540. Now back to front 5, and he drops the handle, which...
Such a shame. He was going well, but he just drops the handle on that last... I don't know if it was a wake 5 or a wake 720, probably a wake 5.
Back to front, wake 5, yeah. Glenn, and even though it's a kind of a standardish trick, how often do you see people drop the handle at all levels on a 540 with that handle pass? Quite often throughout the years of competition trick skiing. But if you want to see a repeat of that run, it's on the screen now, and it was very spectacular in the beginning, those aerial stunts that Blaze Grubbs was putting together.
It was a good run, and it just will be interesting to see if it comes down to that last 310 points that he drops here on that wake 5 front.
But so we don't know the boat speed, but that's probably unimportant at the moment. What's important is Blaze Grubbs for his opening jump. Starts to push into the base. Plenty of speed there. Just sitting back a little bit, I think, off the top, because Junior Moomba, I recall, his air form was really good, and that time just a little bit on his heels. That's going to be costly, and he's going to go whatever the speed and whatever he's done there, he's going to go much further in the next couple of jumps.
Yeah, just watch the replay now. To me, it does look like 51k because he was fairly late on his turn there, but just back a bit on his lift, as he said, Rob, and I think he can definitely get more out of the second jump. Move on. Here's Blaze Grubbs, jump number 2. Pulls out wide on the DeWalt Nautique towboat towards the tower. Makes his turn. This looks like a good spot. Can he get lift? Oh, he does. He kicks that nicely. That's a very nice jump from Blaze Grubbs. He'll be happy with that. It should be over 50.
That's more the form that I was remembering him from Wednesday's Junior Moomba round of jump. Well, that's got to be, you would think, well, just by looking at the air flight and the form, you'd have to give him another 3 metres. So just waiting on the distance now to be tabulated and relayed. 51.4 metres.
51.4, a good jump because His personal best, 50, I think 51.8. So he's only 0.4 off his all-time personal best. So that's good jumping from Blaze Grubbs. Here we go, Blaze Grubbs now third and final, 51.4 in a second. Let's see if he can't get a little bit more. This looks a little later to me. He's got good speed. Oh, big kick off the top. It's a stylish looking jump, but he hasn't ridden away.
No.
It might have been a little further, but I'm not sure. But unfortunately, he's just sucked one of the skis back behind him on the landing, and he's not going to score the jump because you have to ride them away, folks. So he's going to finish with 51.4 in his second jump. It's commendable effort, though. Puts him in second spot, as you mentioned earlier, behind the Kiwi.
It might not have been any further, but it might have been just a little further. It was a good-looking jump, but unfortunately failed to ride it out. So 51.4 puts him into second place. So